The Red Deer schools, they represent some of the very first publicly funded IPD projects.
Making decisions based on supporting an education model, inspiring, offerable, sustainable building.
This actually translates to about a 6 to 7% decrease in materials alone.
IPD is a perfect example of collaboration success.
People are invested in delivering this project.
We've definitely not hit the tipping point of making it mainstream yet. There's a lot of skepticism still.
I was cynical about coming into the process, maybe giving up control, but I'm a complete convert now.
Yeah, they're going in the field house. They're more for circulation, but they're going to be easier to hang from the rafters in those 40s.
Okay, sounds good. We'll put them in the field house.
We are standing on the field house roof. You can see the whole building. I mean, the classroom area and the front office is all starting to take shape, and then you can see the entire student parking lot is paved. Nice to get that down before the winter.
Fall 2015. Construction is in full swing at the site of what will become St. Joseph's High School in Red Deer, Alberta. The walls for the giant field house that will encompass the gymnasium, band, and drama facilities are already in place. In preparation for winter, the parking lots have been paved and the service road has been tied in. For site supervisor Bryce Maschio, born and raised in Red Deer, this project has brought him full circle.
So I'm originally from Red Deer. I went to Notre Dame in town, so it's fun giving back to the school system I came up with. It is fun being the local guy. I mean, having been here from day one, from sod turning to the first shovel going in the ground, you get a sense of pride for sure. Organizing a building like this on its own is challenging, but with this one, we're learning a new delivery method, new contract style. The owner and the consultants are all in it with us together, and there's definitely growing pains, but we're working through it, and as is visible out in the job, we're progressing.
St. Joseph's marks the first opportunity to engage with an IPD project for a number of Chandos employees, from Red Deer to Edmonton to Calgary.
This is my first IPD project. Being a project manager, I never like to say something's a success until it's actually done and all the problems and stuff are out of the way. But, so far, I think it's a pretty amazing process. My role is more about making sure all of the teams are inspired to take their own initiative to figure out their own scopes of work. The way the schedule is created is we actually start at the end date, and knowing that that end date can't move, we figure out what the important milestones are that we need to achieve to get to where we need to be at the end of the project. Clears up the roadmap for us and allows us to be successful 2 years from now.
Another cutting-edge tool being utilized as part of the integrated project delivery process for the new schools in Red Deer is a 3D design system known as BIM, Building Information Modeling.
It's been around for a while yet, but not used too extensively in Canada. What it allows you to do is to design the building in 3 dimensions. You can actually, walk through the model itself, and it also allows you to put information into the components of the model. You'll have the information that says, yeah, it's this type drywall, this type paint, this type steel stud. Then you're able to quantify all the materials and hopefully prefabricate a lot of the building. So it's pretty advanced modeling. One of the cool things is you see behind me the pipes sticking out of the ground. All of the underground plumbing is in right now, and that's remarkable given that we had it all designed in BIM. We took the physical coordinates out of the model, transferred it to site, and put all the plumbing in on site using our model.
The mechanical engineer is developing his ductwork and his plumbing and components in the same virtual space that we're building our walls and doors and windows. We're looking at ways right now that could save weeks just on the foundation package alone. And those sorts of things you wouldn't be able to do or wouldn't even consider in a traditional project.
BIM is one way in which the architects stay involved during an IPD project. The ongoing collaboration and communication also allows problems that could potentially be very expensive during construction to be handled through a timely redesign.
Any architect and any contractor will tell you one of the hardest things to do is get the building out of the ground. And you often come up with surprises, things you didn't anticipate. We discovered some things about the site, which we lovingly refer to as the pit of despair. So it was through the remediation of an oil well that was on site, and it created a large hole, about 40 meters wide, 8 meters deep, almost exactly where we had planned the building. The design currently was, at that time, was right on top of this pit of despair. The result of which would be a structural slab. And a structural slab would be well over $1 million, possibly more. Yeah, okay, so her gym only goes to here. Yep. So most of the school is from here back. Yep. So it's all good except for the gym. Given that we were early in the process, we had everybody involved in the room, we were able to cost this problem. We tore it apart and redesigned it. If this is the pit of despair, we designed it as a C to go around this hole in order to avoid the entire problem of having a structural slab.
The room we're standing in here is part of the big garage. And instead of having a job office that leaves at the end of the job, we could add some value to the job by building this. There's going to be storage for the marching band in town. There's going to be storage for the sports equipment. So we're leaving behind something better for the same cost. And further value to the school system is having the students build it. So 3 students and the teacher from that program stayed on for the summer and built this entire building. Best office I've ever had.
You can see behind me that the shed that we've created that was all student-made and student-oriented. When we look at the construction of St. Joe's and where we're going with the school, it's sort of taking that definition of education and really changing it. That the students then become part of the education process. They're active participants. Right now, the excitement is extremely high within our school division. St. Joe's is leading the way because it's part of a new development, but our other schools within Red Deer Catholic are also embracing that form of educational philosophy, that new ability to involve students in learning.
So far, despite a bit of a learning curve, the benefits of IPD have been felt throughout the project. With St. Joseph's needing to be operational in time for the beginning of the school year in the fall of 2017, there are bound to be new pressures and unforeseen hurdles along the way. But if the past few months are any indication, this team is up to the challenge.